I don't even want to know what he did. Based on how she's acting, if we're evicting people off the island, I am standing behind you, Sheikh. Purely based on how she's acting, she should go. Oh my days. Hi guys, welcome back. If it's your first time, my name is Talia Adewale, and this is DISBYDEM. We're doing episode 5 of Exchange season 4. Do all the right things and let's get into it. I don't know if I'll have time to do this before I travel, guys. I'm away. I don't know when I'm posting this. It might have pictures, it might not. I beg your forgiveness. I love using pictures so you guys know who I'm talking about, especially people who are not even watching the show. A lot of people just follow along. However, it is what it is. I might be editing this on my phone on the plane. I don't know what's gonna happen, but let's get into it because this episode was it was intense for me. It was the shortest episode we've had so far. I think it was about 1 hour 30 minutes if I'm remembering correctly, but it was packed full of madness, just intense madness. Anyways, if you don't know, I have this on Patreon, so be sure to go check it out. This episode would already be on Patreon by the time this review comes out on YouTube, so if you want to check it out, feel free to do that. There will be links in the description, and let's just get into it. He does that all the time. The episode starts off with them telling us they're going to reveal Baekhyun's ex. So obviously I'm still under the impression that it's a fake out. You know, Jihyun must have texted Woojin and they're just faking it out to say that he I don't know what I'm trying to say. I thought it was a fake out and Jihyun and Baekhyun were actually still exes. But they reveal it, and Hyunji, the new girl, is his ex, guys. Oh my days. In that one-on-one meeting that they do before they enter the house, she seemed very glad to see him. I'm not even kidding. And he seemed also very like taken with her, almost like he was seeing her again for the first time and falling in love with her. Guys, in retrospect, context is a good thing. I swear down. Context is a good thing. Because the way the episode ended, me rewatching it and taking my notes again, the flags that I was seeing, the flags. I'm not even giving a context is a great thing. Oh my God, information is key. Anywho, he was really blown away with her. She had sweaty hands and she said that she was really nervous so she was sweaty. And he whips out a handkerchief and I was like, oh, it's out of habit. And he said that exactly, that it's out of habit because she used to have sweaty hands when they were dating. I was like, is it really out of habit, or did he know that coming to see her, she would have sweaty hands, and then he grabbed the handkerchief? See, I'm just going to be honest because I don't know if I can hide it. Even though I was like on board, you need to see my reaction. I was on board with him. In fact, I was singing his praise, saying that he's my favorite one in the house. Guys, I take it back. I take it all back. There is something... How do I put this without putting it the way I want to put it? Is the best way I want to say. There are a lot of manipulative tendencies that he displayed in this episode that freak me out. I would not want to be in a relationship with somebody like that. And I think this was the scary thing. Oh my days. Remember how I said there was something off about him when we first see him in episode 1?
안녕하세요.
There's something about him that just rubs me wrong, guys. I don't know what it is. There's something about his eyes. I'm going to be watching him throughout this whole thing very closely. And he starts to interact with everybody, and I think like, oh no, maybe it's just his serious side. He's actually really goofy. There's something dangerous about this guy. And I don't mean Mr. Great Dangerous Sexy Guy. I mean, lock you in the basement dangerous. Not saying anything. I'm not saying he does, but that's the vibe that I was getting by the end of this episode. But let's keep on going. And nothing on him, guys. I don't know him personally. I just think that there is a lot to unpack with this particular individual. With the way she was interacting, because he was staring at her, and she was like, oh, why are you staring at me? Why are you staring at me? I said this girl is older than him. I don't know what it was, but there was just something that gave me she was older than him when they were interacting in that one-on-one before they went into the house. Let's break down their relationship. So they met at a celebration that her workplace was doing for her when she started with the company. He was a friend of her co-workers who got invited. He is younger, so they did clear that up immediately. And so she did not take him seriously at first, but he was extremely persistent, and eventually they started dating. He then goes off to the military, and he writes her a letter every single day. I guess that's where his letter writing skills were developed. They were happy for a time, but then he gets injured in the military, and he had to get medically dispatched and was in the hospital because he had surgery for a while. So they could not do a lot of the couple things you do like when you come back together. So things like travel and such, hang out a bunch and that kind of stuff. They did it before he went into the military, but they couldn't do it afterwards when he was at home. So she basically moves in with his family. Not really, right? His parents were like, you can come stay with us, you know, while he's getting better and all that. So she was at his place consistently taking care of him. After work, she would go there. And they lived like that for a while he was recuperating, right? She could hang out with her friends and did when the occasion presented itself. And I think that was the beginning of their problems, which was where I was like, okay, there seemed to be some codependency things going on with him. So, I mean, it's hard to watch your girlfriend go out and hang out with people because you are not in the mindset, or, you know, if you're recovering, you're not mobile enough and everything. It is a hard thing to watch. But again, we don't know how long or how many times she was doing it, how consistently. He didn't like that. They started fighting. And they started fighting a lot. They would break up, make up, break up, make up, break up, make up. They said they did that multiple times. Now, I wrote down in brackets here, I said, looking back, you can see the codependency and the emotional manipulativeness. What? My brain is working, guys. Mind acceleration, my brain is working faster than my mouth. You could see the emotional manipulative tendencies that was going on in the relationship. You can guess who I am addressing when I say that. Anyways, they were together for 2 years, from December 18 to December 2020, and then they broke up. So they've been broken up for 5 years, and it doesn't seem like they've had more interaction, you know, within that 5 years with each other. So they did say that even though they fought a lot, that there was a lot of love. So there was an intense passion. I wonder if the fighting was exciting them, because some people think fight is, you know, some people think that is love. If you're constantly fighting in your relationships and it turns you on, who am I to tell you not, right? I don't think fight is love. Me and my husband, we have quarrels here and there, but we sort it out there and there. Like, if we're sleeping on it, it's getting to another level, because I'm the type of person that holds grudges. I can hold a grudge for weeks. I will silent, well, I used to, I don't know how to do it anymore. I would silent treatment my husband when we were dating back then. 1 week, bam, I won't say one word. I will cook for him, do everything, but I will not communicate with him because I was mad. And I was like, at one point I said, who are you doing? Is it him you're doing, or is it you you're doing? Because my husband is so nonchalant. Like, if you don't tell him that you're not talking to him, he won't realize that you're not talking to him. So in the end, I was doing myself, you know, but I used to be that kind of person. And I used to hold all these tiny grudges. Like, you think that I created the word grudge. It was just some very, you know, unhealthy behavior in relationships. And I used to do that a lot. So I know that some people think that when you're fighting consistently, it means that there's love there, there's passion, you know. Passion does not mean fighting, to me. Anyways, you live your life the way you want to live your life. I'm not in a relationship. But the way they describe themselves there, it reminded me of Woo Do-hwan and Lee Yumi in Mr. Plankton, because that was the kind of relationship that they had, where they will fight, and then they'll make up, and they couldn't leave each other. I felt like that was what they were explaining here, and I think that these people will have to go back to each other, because the way the episode ended, I feel like they would have to go back to each other, because I don't want, it seems very unhealthy. It seems very unhealthy, like the way the comeback is progressing is the best way that I can think about it. So anyways, on the time clock, he went full new relationship and she went 50-50, which again makes sense to me. Now, I know that, like, for me, commenting on this because I'm out of the house and I'm not with my ex, like, it's easy for me to talk. But to be honest, put me in with any of my... There's only one ex that I will probably put a diuretic in his tea. There's only one. But not because I want to get back with him, but because I want to get back at him. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, guys. Only because he made me dislike Kendrick Lamar. But yeah, put me in the room with any of my exes. Like I said, the only thing that I think I will be pissed off, and I'll be honest about it, is the fact that maybe if he's being nice to everybody, or he's doing something, you know, naturally that he didn't do when we were in a relationship together, and it was something that I wanted him to do, that will piss me off. And I'll tell him, this pisses me off. Not that I want us to get back together, but at least you learned, right? Put me in a room with my exes, guys. I'm gonna be honest with how I feel. Not that I choose to get back with any of them, but obviously it will tick you off. And it's okay to say that. It's okay to be ticked off by an ex. You guys were together for a solid minute. It is all right. Be honest with yourself so that you can be honest with the rest of us. It's that simple. I don't know how I got there. Anyways, the 50-50. So she went 50-50. He went full new relationship. Please remember this, because the way the chameleon starts changing, as in the way the scales were falling off, the way the skin started shedding, I was like, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Back to the games we play in the house. All of them gathered, obviously, because they were already playing a game before Hyunji came in. Hyunji is noticing the vibe between Baekhyun and Yoon. I felt like he was laying it on a little thick, if I'm being honest. Yes, they were already getting close, but I felt like him sitting across from his ex, he wanted to show her that, well, look at me, I'm really doing well in this house. I even have somebody. I think that he was leaning, which again, the manipulative tendencies, because with the way things progress, it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What is the plan here? You need to share it with the class, you know? Hyunji then tries to ask Yushik to talk, but keeps getting interrupted. First by people of the house, and then next by Baekhyun, who would just not leave them alone. He just kept on following them, and I think he couldn't even control himself. It was like an obsession. If she goes up, he goes up. If she goes up, Yushik follows, he follows. If she goes down, Yushik, he just couldn't stop himself. He just had to be around them to know what was happening. It was a little intense. Baekhyun is so bothered that he ends up breaking a glass while he was doing the dishes, and I was like, okay, now we're seeing the true Baekhyun, guys. Forget what we've seen in the last 4 episodes. This is the true person that we're working with now, and this is who we need to put our attention on. And don't get me wrong, in my reaction, I'm still feeling for him at this point. It's because I went back and I rewatched it, knowing the context of the entire episode, guys. It just gave the episode new meaning for me. You guys try it out. It's the shortest episode that they've given us so far, so it's an easy watch. Knowing how the episode ended, go back and rewatch the episode. It just changes. It's like the whole light, the hue, the filter has changed completely. Because in my reaction, I'm feeling for him, guys. Feeling like my heart is with him. I'm like, oh, I like him. Oh, he's so sad. Like, I am there with his emotions. And then in the end, I was like, ooh, no. Anyhow, eventually Hyunji and Yushik do get to talk outside, and she's just like talking about, you know, the date and whether or not to bring it up, or actually she wants to tell the rest of the house. And so he's like, yeah, just do it. If you want to do it, do it. Just let me know when you're doing it so that I can also, you know, inform the rest of the group. The weird behavior intensifies, guys. Baekhyun starts asking Yushik direct questions about, you know, how would you feel if your girlfriend's house was dirty? Do you like cleaning? Can you clean for her? Can you marry her? And it was so direct, and it was like, where is all this coming from? He was spiraling. He was starting to spiral. He was starting to unravel, and we were seeing it in 4K. And oh my lord, oh my god, it wasn't good. It was not good. Then a bunch of them get together in like the living room downstairs, the small living room, and they're chatting. They basically chat all night. It starts out with a larger group, and then it whittles down to Woojin, Yushik, Baekhyun, and Yoon. Eventually, the glory sneaks off and goes and traps. She goes and traps Won-gyu in his room. He was the only one in the room at that point. I think oh no, maybe he wasn't. I think Min Kyung was also asleep. But he was in his room trying to get just winding down. She goes in, she opens the door, and she just wants to chat with him for a bit. She just likes him, right? So she just wants to chat with him for a solid minute, and she tells him that actually she wanted to ask him out again you know, today, that day, but she felt like she would be stopping him from getting to know other people, and so she wanted to give him more time, but she just couldn't, and so she asked him out for the next day. They do chat for a bit, but the more she talks, the more this man is like, you know, entering his blanket and trying to enter the wall. I was like, he doesn't like her. He doesn't like her. And the more forward he is, the more forward she is, the more he retracts, like the more he just goes away from her. And I feel like he owes it to her to just tell her that, you know, maybe we can be friends. I don't really see it romantic styles for us, you know, but we could definitely see a friendship here. I think I'd rather be friends or so. Just be honest. I don't understand why he's trying to enter the wall, running away from this 5 foot nothing woman. It's like, you're all of 7 feet, man. Come on. Be a man. I'm kidding. If you know the comedian that says that, you know where that is from. But I would just prefer it if he's honest with her and he tells her he does not. He could even come out and say that he's more of a traditional guy and forward women are just not his thing. I'd rather he just even be brutally honest so that at least she gets the point, you know. I'd rather him do that than let her continue falling for him only to drop her by the wayside at the end of it. I'd also like her to read body language, because I feel like she can tell that maybe he's not. No, I don't even think she can, because she's not even made any. You know what? She don't care. She don't care. Because in episode, I think 3, she said that she's just happy that to find someone that she is interested in. So she doesn't even care what is happening on the other side. Yes, okay. Baekhyun, Yoonyoung, and Woojin are still chatting. These people stay up until 5:20 a.m. It's crazy. So I'm just giving you the pointers from the basic chat of everything. It's mostly about Baekhyun because he's the one that was really, you know, peacocking in this conversation. And I say that because of what happens after everybody goes to sleep. So Baekhyun says that he will support his ex and he hopes that she will support him. Lie. He says he doesn't get jealous. Lie. One thing I appreciated was that Yushik was just calling him out on all the things. When he said that he doesn't get jealous, Yushik was like, you don't get jealous? I was like, call him out, baby boo. Call him out. I don't know what Yushik did. I know he did something bad because the way he acts so guilty. I know he did something bad. But I think that maybe he is probably top for me now for the guys, especially after how this episode ended and how things shifted for me in my mind, right? He's definitely top. I won't say he's my favorite, but he's top for the guys for now. Union asked if anybody has a first love, I think, and Baekhyun and Yushik basically revealed that, yeah, Baekhyun doesn't, but we know that his first love is his ex who's in the house with him, and so is Yushik's, his ex as well. Woojin doesn't even understand the concept of first love, so again, enigma, that man, enigma. I'm very, very interested to see his own story. Oh, it's going to be interesting, that's for sure. Baekhyun wants to fall madly in love again. Now, I'm not sure if he wants to fall madly in love again with his ex, or he wants to find, I think he's going to fall madly in love again with his ex, because the way he was behaving, it was very, very erratic. He says that his ex doesn't bother him at all. Lie. Yushik calls him out again about it. Thank you, Yushik, because Yushik was like, are you sure your ex doesn't bother you? It's like, lie. Baekhyun says that if he cries in the house, so at the end of this conversation, he says if he cries in the house, that he can't be it. At that point, he should just go home. Remember this statement, because guys, after that 5:20, everybody goes back to bed. Everybody goes to bed. Homeboy goes to his room, grabs a letter, comes to the living room, and starts what? Crying. It's like, oh my god. At this point, guys, I was feeling for him. I was like, oh no, don't cry. I was even tearing up a little bit because it was like, you know what? The thing that actually I connected the most with was him crying when everybody had gone to sleep, because I remember, and I said it in my reaction, I remember when my mom passed away, I would wait because the house was so full. She knew too many people. They would not give us peace. I was appreciated because they did a lot for us. But there was never a moment for yourself because you were surrounded, continued 24 hours for like a week. We were surrounded, I'm not even gonna lie. So it would be when everybody would go to bed, I would enter the store, like the storage room in our house, because it was this small, and that's where I would cry. So that point, I think that's where it hit me. Not because he was crying for his ex, but because he was crying alone, away from everybody. So I felt that, and I explained that even during my reaction. So that was where it was emotional for me. Turns out that the letter that he took, I thought it was the breakup letter, but it was actually the introduction letter. And you guys remember that I said that his introduction letter was the sweetest introduction letter out of everybody's. Whoever wrote it, oh, they were so sweet. So I get it why he's crying, because now with her being in her house, it brings new meaning to the letter, introduction letter, and everything that he's reading. I thought that his letter was the sweetest. Honestly, I thought that she nailed it out of the park. Anywho, he says that he's conflicted about, his ex. He's conflicted about you Chic taking care of his ex. The man take care of her is really not sitting well with him. I guess things have changed from when it was zero, the clock was full new in relationship to now being with her. Maybe, just maybe the clock is going to go back to full, revisit things with my ex. Who knows? I feel like he's been lying to himself. Even why did they do it? I wish that somebody, as soon as we see them, episode 1, their one-on-one, say, I'm coming here for my ex. I wish that they would be honest like that. And I want to see somebody. I would root for them hard, whether the relationship was toxic or not. I would root for you better if you were honest with us from the beginning, because you're honest with yourself. They all come here saying, I don't like him, I hate him, I don't want him, blah, 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 blah. And then it now switches halfway through. We're not even halfway through and people are already shedding skins. So after he was done crying, he wiped his eyes and then he cooked curry breakfast for everybody and went to bed. So everyone's enjoying it in the morning. They think that it's bacon because they went shopping the day before. And this was what threw me. They went shopping the day before, all of them. And he said that he wanted to prep a curry for everybody. So he makes this breakfast in the morning, puts it down, goes to bed. And then everybody is thinking that he was the one because of what he said when he went shopping. And homeboy wakes up. When he wakes up, he denies that he made it. Why did he lie? Why lie? Especially when you had already said that, because he could have easily said, yeah, when we went grocery shopping yesterday, I said I was going to make curry for everybody, and so I did. So in his one-on-one, he said that he hadn't cooked all this while, and then his ex comes into the house and then he cooks. And so he didn't want people thinking that now because his ex is in the house, he's cooking for everybody. Which, if you didn't have context, it makes sense. However, you'd already told them that you were going to make breakfast just the night before. In fact, people have not even slept, so it's technically the same day. It just blew my mind. He then said that they asked him why did he make the curry. He said he wanted that whole community thing for his ex where they would have breakfast. She would have breakfast for everybody and they would welcome her, which was happening. The lie was a serious flag for me, guys, because I was like, I was on board. I was, when in Nigeria, I say you enter one chance. It's a very dark concept, guys. But I was on board until he lied. And then I was like, I've entered one chance with this boy. Because why? No. The lie didn't make sense to me at all. Anywho, Hyunji, once everybody clears out, Hyunji tells Minkyu that she had a date with Yushik before coming to the house. And I was like, why did it have to be Minkyu? Oh my gosh, she's going to spiral now. Because the home girl does not know anything better to do than to spiral on this show. She's going to spiral. So she's just there ticking. You can just see the ticks, it's just like like, oh Lord, take the knives away. So she Minkyu then asks Yushik to talk. She said that she wants to chat with him, and then they go to that small chat room where everybody was hanging out the night before, and she proceeds to waste our motherfucking time. Guys, I apologize. I know that I said I'm not, but this girl brings it out in me, because what was all that rubbish? But the talking points were, she said that she found out that he was up all night, and then she was asking him why was he up all night, that he only sleeps 4 hours. Why is he only sleeping 4 hours? And the hosts were on her side, because the time that they broke up, the day they broke up, he said that he needed an hour to sleep because he'd been working all night or whatever it was. And so she's like, oh, why are you sleeping now? Why are you sleeping only 4 hours? You don't sleep. And then it just didn't make sense. I was like, he needed time to sleep because he had been awake working, not because he was out partying. He needed an hour to sleep just to get recharged, and then you guys can go for your dates. Moving on, let's leave that one. She says that she can hear them from her room. I was like, so the fuck what? I'm sorry. So what? She says that he shouldn't have fun because it bugs her. Oh God, that she can't sleep because it's bugging her. And then she ends it with, let me sleep in peace. And I was just like, oh my God. Oh my God. I get the emotions and I get how misplaced they are. Do you understand me? Don't get me wrong. I understand why she's being the way she's being. I just don't respect it, guys. I do not respect it. Had she come out even once, I even said it in my reaction. I was like, you understand that you could use the texts, right? The flutter text messages. Yes, they're called flutter text messages. But if your intention is for your ex to come back to you, you could use those text messages from the very first day and say, I'm going to try my best in this house, but I would also like to see if we can make things work. Nobody except for the person receiving the text reads those texts. So they can be used as a sounding board to see if there's still hope between you and your ex. If that is what you are looking for. I know I broke up with you, but I'm willing to see if we can make things work. We are older now, so let's give it another shot. Nothing. No signals, no nothing. She hasn't told this boy anything. She hasn't told him that she still loves him. She hasn't told him that she's still looking, for hope or nothing. All she keeps doing is berating him, expecting him to read her mind. Because all of us are Professor X, right? Oh my God. She set me off. I was so not having it. It was just so selfish, self-centered, and entitled. The papa is just sitting there like a henpecked husband. Even worse than a henpecked. I think henpecked husbands get love. He was just sitting there like a browbeaten husband. Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Oh my God. Which again brings me to my point. I don't even care if he did something awful. I do. I think, and I think that he did. Honestly, although with the way she's reacting, maybe he didn't, and she's just entitled and wants him to just leave everything, and it has to be all about her. I don't even want to know what he did. Based on how she's acting, if we're evicting people off the island, I am standing behind you, Sheikh. Purely based on how she's acting, she should go. Oh my days. So he then says, okay, I've heard. Let's go back everywhere. Let's go back upstairs where everybody is. So she leaves. And then he stays in his one-on-one. He starts to cry. That's why he looks like a walking zombie in his one-on-one. Because I'm sure that this whole thing drags on till episode 20. And they probably don't end up together. I'm just so... She stresses me out. She stresses me out. This was the shortest episode yet. I was so emotionally drained because I was so mad at Minkyun. Guys, let me know your thoughts. I know a lot of people are defending her, and I don't understand why. There's nothing that Yushik has done in my mind, in my eyes, that has gone against her wishes on this show. Based on everything that she has been saying and doing, she has indicated that she wants to have a new relationship. She has not indicated that she wants to go back to him. So there's nothing. He has been moving accordingly, even though he wants his ex back, because she hasn't given him any signals. There is not. His hands are tied. All she keeps doing is berating him every single chance she gets. And why should he sign up for that willingly? Why should he sign up to want that back willingly? I ask you solemnly. God, this girl pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I think episode 6 is gonna be interesting. Hopefully, will we get another X reveal by episode 6? Don't it be too early? I think we'll get some dates. We'll probably get more on this Minkyun and Yushi. The both of them can leave for like for all I care, the both of them can leave. Because I'm not really interested in this storyline. If this is what we're signing up for the next 15 episodes, she can just pack it up and go. I'm done. Thank you very much. I want new blood. Let's see some more things. Also, we do see clips, and we see that Baekhyun, although the clips can be edited to suit whatever narrative they want, but Baekhyun says that he threw away, it's either he threw away his ex introduction or he threw away the something package. He threw away something from his ex. That's what we see. I'm going to wait to confirm that that was in fact what happened before I make any assumptions, guys, because when you assume, you make an ass out of you and you. But no, it was a good episode. It was short, but it was very impactful, that's for sure. I'm excited for episode 6. Anywho, I'll see you guys in the next one. I don't know when the review is coming out. It's probably going to come out first week in... Yeah, the review for episode 6 will be first week in November, guys. It is what it is. I'm even still off that first week, but I think I can process it if I watch it. Yes, I think I can process it on time. But yeah. Do all the right things. Check out Patreon for all the other episodes. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.